Welcome to the Big 12 Insiders, your Big 12 sports show. Here's your host, Brien Hanley.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? This is your man, Big B, Brien Hanley, and welcome back to Big 12 Insiders. Today, we're doing a little something different, kind of breaking from our game predictions for each week. We are counting down the best stadiums as far as atmosphere, home field advantage, all that good stuff in the Big 12 conference, going from 16 to 1. This is my opinion. Don't necessarily shoot the messenger or shoot the messenger. Either one, it's fine. But this is my opinion of the Big 12 stadiums as I see it. We did this exercise last year, some changes, some moved up, some moved down. But this is where we see it as of right now, or this is where I personally see it as of right now. So look forward to going through this exercise with you guys. Again, remember to like, follow, subscribe, continue to get in the comments section, and always hit the notification bell so you know exactly when Big 12 Insiders content comes out. So without further ado, let's get into this. Now, some of the aesthetics on these pictures aren't going to be great because I am not a graphics guy. That's not my thing. But I do my best, do my best. But first, number 16, I've got Arizona. Now, it's not that Arizona Stadium is necessarily bad. The atmosphere there, though. I mean, they're not good, which they're going through a tough patch right now. Not great. 58,800 as far as the stadium size. But the thing to me, when you look, I've said this on several occasions, when the head coach is out hanging out with people before the game, that can't be a good atmosphere, man. It just can't be. So that's kind of where I'm at with it as far as Arizona, that they're number 16 in the Big 12 conference. Moving on. Next up at number 15. This is out of order. There we go. Boom. Houston, TDECU Stadium. Now, look. The backdrop, if you see that backdrop from this picture, it looks incredible, but that's from a high elevated view. Houston will get better. I think as they get better, they're going to start adding to this stadium and enhance it, but from what it currently looks like as of now. I think they're going to do a lot to make this stadium better. But as of right now, it's 15, 40,000 people. It's the right size. Some people, oh man, it's too small. No, for where they came from, and where they are right now, it is the right size. I have got Houston at number 15. And if you hear my dog barking in the background, I apologize. She is going absolutely berserk, but it is what it is. Moving on. At number 14, I have got KU. And here is the thing with KU. First off, the old stadium, we'll pull that up. And then the new stadium, we will pull that up. And what it's potentially going to look like, I don't think it's 100% finished as of right this second, but it will be. But look, 40,000 people at the new stadium. They cut off about 10,000 seats from the old stadium. I think that's fine for what KU's trying to do. But you look at this stadium, this new stadium, and again, we're not seeing all of it compared to this. And look, KU did exactly what they needed to do, man. They had to get a new, because look, they even cut down this old stadium because there used to be a track around this thing. And so the atmosphere there, I mean, when they're winning, it's okay. But when they're not, they don't go. So it's just one of those situations. I like that they cut down the number of seats at this new stadium. I really do. I like that they cut it down. 40,000 new seats, or 40,000 seats in general for their new stadium. I like what it looks like. I'll be really excited, or interested, I should say, to see what it looks like once it's 100% complete. But I got it 14 on the books as of right now. Okay, moving on. UCF at number 15. The Bounce House. Now, a lot of people are going to say, come on, B. It gets rocking in there. Okay, great. But it's not one of the more intimidating places to play. Teams go in there, you're not, oh man, we got to go to the bounce house. Not Big 12 teams. Now that may have been how it was previously, but now Big 12 teams are not going to be afraid and haven't been afraid to go in there and play and go win football games. That just has not been the case. Can that change with Scott Frost? It can. The atmosphere is what it is. I think it will get better because Scott Frost is going to bring back some of the things that he was putting in there previously. I think the atmosphere is going to become better. And to be able to compete with some of these other Big 12 teams, it's going to need to get better as far as a stadium atmosphere. But it's a fine stadium. There's nothing. First of all, every stadium is fine. There's no stadiums in the Big 12 other than KU's old stadium, that track that they disguised as a stadium. Everybody else their stadiums are fine. They're just fine. Good, I should say. And UCF is no different. No different than that. Their stadium is just fine. Moving on. Where is that stadium at? Cincinnati, Nypert Stadium. There's going to be some people that are mad at me. People got mad at me from UC last year. Quite frankly, I don't care. It's tiny. It's tiny. Not saying it's not a good stadium. The atmosphere, okay, it's all right. And I'm not saying it can't get loud. But again, one of those places not intimidating for teams to come in and play. Now part of that has to do with how good the team has been. So when the team hasn't been as good, the past few years, then it's not going to necessarily be the most intimidating place to go play a football game. But just for the sheer size of it, it's not going to be. Again, it was fine for the previous conference. In the Big 12, you got to do a little bit more. Nypert Stadium is getting there. And as the team gets better, I suspect this will get better as well. But right now, I have it 12. Next up, McLean Stadium. Fairly new. I like the design. A lot of people call it the house that RG3 built. Fine. Looks aesthetically nice, but not crazy intimidating. I thought their old stadium got louder, to be honest with you. Now, granted, don't get me wrong. They needed a new stadium. They 100% needed a new stadium, and they got it. Looks nice. Built on the river there. It's cool. But I've got it at 45,145 as far as the capacity. Not too overly intimidating. Gets loud, but I have it at 11th. Now, here's a stadium next up that a lot of people maybe have nostalgia for, Folsom Field. Look, what they've done over the last couple of years, getting fan and the game day experience is great. But you talk about a dump. Folsom Field is a dump, Now, I guess Big B, you just said every stadium was nice. I like it because, again, I'm nostalgic going there, being part of it, watching it on TV as a middle schooler and a high schooler, and then actually getting to play there and be there again. I thought it was great, but this place needs upgrades. It needs upgrades. And they've upgraded like the locker room and stuff like that, but the press box, the concession area, they just need upgrades. It's just that simple. It's a good game day experience. It kind of gets loud. It's not, overbearing or anything like that. But it's a nice stadium nonetheless. It is a nice stadium. Like I said, I get nostalgic with it because, growing up, watching it, seeing it, all that good stuff. I'm just a little bit different. I'm just a little bit different than most. So that is, and maybe that's my fault. Maybe it's, come on, B, you're not being fair. And I might not be being fair, but that's the way I look at it right there. All right. Next up, Arizona State. Done a lot to this stadium, but it's older. I think they got to do some upgrades, but they're in the middle of it. They couldn't really do a ton because they were coming off of, an athletic department nightmare. And to nobody that's currently there, it wasn't their fault, but they were coming off an absolute nightmare. Well, now they've got those things fixed, turned around, program is turned in the right direction. I suspect this stadium is going to get a facelift of just tremendous proportions over the next 4 to 7 years. I think there's going to be some facelift that goes on with this stadium. Again, another one of those nostalgic stadiums for me. Played there, watched it growing up. You know, those old Fiesta Bowl games were there, played there, went back there, liked the stadium. But they've got some things to do. It's older, and it looks older. You know, it looks older. So it's just one of those stadiums that if you're nostalgic, the game day atmosphere is going to get better. I've been saying this all along about Arizona State. It's kind of a hidden gem. And as soon as they start, they need something to be able to cheer about. Well, they gave them something last year. Now, I got a feeling that place is going to be even more crazy this year. So, but it's an up-and-coming one as far as stadiums in the Big 12. Next up, Amon G. Carter Stadium, 47,000 at TCU. Might be the most beautiful stadium in the conference. Not necessarily the most beautiful atmosphere. We'll get to that. But might be the most beautiful stadium in the conference. TCU did a phenomenal job when they renovated this place. They did a phenomenal job of just saying, okay, this is what we need. Because anytime you go to this stadium, it looks like it holds 75,000 people. And it's 47,000. Just the way they built this thing is incredible. And they take care of the fans here too. The game day atmosphere, it is loud in there for 47,000 people. I like this stadium. I like the whole experience. Look, I mean, and it can be intimidating. It can be because of the way that it's built. You know, you get down in there, you get on the field, and you look up, and you're like, my goodness, there's 1 million people in here. Just 47,000 people. So I say just 47,000, but it's just built to be able, and it might look like it's bigger than that, but it actually isn't. Next up, Iowa State. Jack Trice Stadium. Iowa State fans will be mad. Look, I love the place. I think it's great. Is it the most intimidating place? No, but it definitely gets loud. To me, I just like, first of all, I love the name and how they named it. I'm not going to go into that, but anybody that's interested in Jack Trice Stadium and in the history on why they named it that, you should go check that out. I think that is awesome. Not cool, awesome. Having said that, 61-5, to me, and I've been in there several times when it was full, it gets loud. It gets loud. But you would think 61-5, one of the bigger stadiums in the Big 12, I might add, you would think it would be louder, but I think that's basically how it's built, you know, with the big open side. The sound can't all stay in there. But they do a really good job, and the game day atmosphere is really, really good at Jack Trice. Really good. And their fans aren't those ignorant, nasty fans. Competitive, want to win, but they're not the fans that if you lose, they get in your face. And, you know, they're not that. At least they weren't that way to me. They weren't that way to me. And that's all I can speak to. I can't speak to anybody else's experience. So I like the game day atmosphere at Jack Trice Stadium. Next up, T-Boone Pickens, the house that T-Boone built at Oklahoma State. I just like the design of this place. I think it's cool. With the basketball arena right there, I think this whole thing is great. I really do. I think the whole thing is great. Look, man, first off, there is no room on the sidelines during these football games. I mean, you go from out of bounds to the stadium, it might be 8 yards. That's it. There's not a lot of room. You know, so the fans are right on top of you. It gets loud, you know. And so there's a lot of stuff that's going on, you know, at T-Boone Pickens Stadium. A lot of stuff going on at T-Boone Pickens Stadium. They bang on those mats with those big paddles. And so it just gets crazy loud. The game day atmosphere, because Stillwater is a college town. Let's not kid ourselves. It is an absolute college town. I love the atmosphere at T-Boone Pickens. Next up, Bill Snyder Family Stadium. K-State fans will be mad because I don't have them higher. Again, Manhattan, college town. Love what they did. The thing for me that's so funny is if you went to this stadium, I don't know, 10, they call it 12 years ago, you wouldn't even know that this is the same stadium. It doesn't even remotely look the same. Doesn't even remotely look the same. I love the atmosphere. Now, 50,000 people, it gets loud in there. Now, not as loud as other places, but it can be, really, really loud. And it can be intimidating for other places because the way that this stadium was built, now, granted, it was built back in the late 60s. I want to say it opened in 1969, is that it was built into a bowl to where the sound, I don't know if they did this on purpose or not, but the sound stays in there. And as they've built the stadium up, it gets loud and that sound does not go away. Great atmosphere, game day atmosphere, driving around with the whole mafia of the camper mafia that gets in on Friday. That is just crazy, crazy atmosphere at Bill Snyder Family Stadium in Manhattan, Kansas. Next up, Rice-Eccles Stadium, Utah. Utah fans probably going to be mad. That's okay. I love the stadium. I do. I love it. First of all, rowdy. Okay? Let's just start there. Rowdy. And there is no matter of fact, I want your home stadium to be rowdy. I want it to be uncomfortable for football teams. This place, they make it uncomfortable. Knowledgeable fans, understand the game, want to beat you into submission, love all of it. Game day atmosphere, incredible. And it's wild that they can have this kind of incredible game day atmosphere when they're located in a big city. You see a lot of times, these schools that are in a big city, maybe the game day atmosphere isn't as good, because, again, it's a bigger city. There's a lot of things to do. Utah has figured it out. They figured it out. Hey, I get it. We're in Salt Lake City, but we got carved out our own little spot right here, and we're going to make this a game day atmosphere like no other. They have done that. I like what the Utes do on a Saturday. And again, 51,444. I think that's crazy. You would think there's 75, 80,000 people in that stadium on how loud it gets. Another one that I've been to, and I'm planning on going back there this season. We'll see if I can get there this year. Moving on. Okay. Milan-Pusker Stadium, West Virginia. Everything about this, the atmosphere, super loud. One of the bigger stadiums, 60,000. The game day atmosphere just outside, just going into the game. The way they treat it. This is one of the special ones within the Big 12. The Big 12 hit a home run adding West Virginia when they did, just for the simple football atmosphere itself. Now, these fans are nasty now. I'll admit they get after you a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. It's be rowdy, be chaotic. Don't do anything illegal or anything like that, but be rowdy. West Virginia fans get after it, and it is intimidating because the place gets loud. It gets loud. Now, if Rich Rod can get them going again, this is one of the more intimidating places to go play because, again, very knowledgeable football fan base. They get in there and they get that place a rocket. Love what they're doing there. Next up, number 2, we got Jones AT&T Stadium, Texas Tech. I know everybody talks about the tortillas, but for me, first of all, the renovation that they did is just incredible. Another stadium that if you went there 10, 12 years ago, you would have no idea that this is the same place because it literally doesn't look like the same place. Texas Tech has made the financial commitment. They decided we got to do some different things to get these players in to be the best that we can possibly be. They've done that, and this is the result. Game day atmosphere, incredible. Rowdy fans. Now, sometimes they go a little over the top, throwing things at people. But my thing is, throwing tortillas, you don't want to see anybody throwing anything on a field. Okay? But if it's tortillas, I guess I can live with that. Now, I know some people will say, well, come on, Big B. If it's tortillas, the next time it's going to be a battery. You're right. That's why I say you don't want anybody throwing anything. But at least if they keep it to tortillas, I mean, you're not hurting anybody with the tortilla. Battery is something different. But so I get it. However, 60,000 and 454 go there. The place gets loud. I haven't been since the renovation, but it was just done last year. It's just finished last year. That's another place that I plan on getting back to as soon as possible because Lubbock, while Lubbock's big, where Texas Tech is, they've, again, kind of like Utah, they've carved out their niche that I don't know. Some people want to say Lubbock's a college town. I don't think that it is, but where Texas Tech is, they've carved out their space to make it that way. So the game day atmosphere for me, the last time I was there, crazy fun. We'll see what it looks like as far as being an intimidating place to play. It hasn't been, but it can be as the team gets better. And number one for me, as far as the best stadium in the Big 12, is Lavelle Edwards Stadium at Utah. First off, this picture doesn't do it justice. I mean, that's a night game picture, and that's part of it. Trying to play Utah at night, I mean, Lord have mercy. Or not Utah, excuse me. Trying to play BYU at night is crazy. Again, another fan base, extremely knowledgeable, rowdy, but a nice rowdy. We're going to scream at you the entire game. Once the game is over, hey, man, good game. Way to stick. Things, whether they win or lose. And they're going to stay till the very end. You could be beating BYU by 75,000 points. Fans are going to stay till the end. They could be up by 75,000 points. Fans are going to stay to the end. It's one of those fan bases. Game day atmosphere is incredible in Provo and around the state. It is just, to me, it is the best atmosphere in the Big 12. Oh, by the way, during the daytime, the view and the scenery of this stadium, to me, that sets it apart from anything else. Again, we got a night game vision or a night game picture here, but during the day, that's what I think sets it apart from every other stadium. The view and what you have to deal with. Hell, I don't even know as a player, an opposing team player, you just walk, you're looking around, you're like, man, I can't, these mountains, this is just beautiful. You can't focus. It's so beautiful. So, but that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes from 16-1 what I believe to be the best stadiums in the Big 12. Make sure you guys get in the comments. Let me know what you think. I appreciate everybody. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe. We'll be back soon. Talk to you soon.
Thank you for watching the Big 12 Insiders, your Big 12 sports show. This has been a Spirit Street production.